Hi everyone, it's April 29th, 2012, and I'm in Istanbul, Turkey. It's Saturday night, and there are 3 places I probably should be tonight for parties and stuff, but I'm not likely to make it because I'm really not that much of a night person, and I don't really know these people that well, but they're being really friendly to me and extending invitations. I tend to decline rather quickly as soon as sunset hits. Now, this street is pronounced Ishtikal, I believe. I'll have to put it in the sidebar for you, but you can see how crazy it is here. A city of 12 million. And it's really making my camera go out of focus with all this tumult. Things are really building up because in 3 days' time it's going to be Labor Day here, and that tends to be extremely violent because I guess Kurdish rebels come, and also it's not really I don't know if it's private interest or what, but they really don't like people putting their 2 cents in about their labor rights. And I'm making this video in part because of a Facebook discussion that's ongoing right now, as I was offered a couple of jobs here, one of which was to clean a hostel, something that I've done before. And the pay, though they didn't give me an estimate right off the bat, I had heard from a Craigslist response phone discussion the number of 35 lira a day for 9.5 hours bandied about, which would be approximately $19.50 US, $2 and some low ball figure change. And really, most people in Europe, but especially the US and really Canada, should feel, I shouldn't say with like a finger wagging, you should be grateful for your $10 an hour jobs and stuff before you really get your qualifications settled. But that's really an anomaly in the world because most people have very little labor protection for various reasons. And in addition to that, here, people are, it's really hard to explain with all of this pandemonium going on, but a really cool guy that runs the hostel that I'm staying at now has had a multitude of businesses and said to me quite openly today that he has no idea how the tax system works here because none of the businesses have ever made any declarations whatsoever. Probably doesn't have a tax number for the businesses. And it's really hard to explain to people here that such a feat would be really impossible in Europe or North America. You would be shut down immediately. And this extends to the entire credit system. This is a popular baklava and ice cream restaurant here. This extends to the credit system and how people are paid. And so what happens is if you don't have any kind of documented income, you could be at times rolling $1 million but not be approved for a single dollar in bank loans because you have no records of credit history. Beyond that, most businesses are loose associations or networks here. And so there's constant owing of money from one party to the next. And the effect of that is people, if any kind of chain is broken in that, then everybody's pay is disrupted. And so while underhanded things do happen, at times there is a liquidity freeze on the local level, and managers, business owners cannot pay their employees, even though we're talking like $300, $400 a month for a lot of workers, even in an expensive city like Istanbul. And the legal system is kind of tricky as well, because in the West, paper is God, I always say. Not literally, and I'm not saying that to be offensive, but in a legal sense, it's true. And so what happens is here, verbal, oral contracts are more potent in less westernized places. But if a partial payment is offered and any kind of signature is placed on a document, or you don't take action quickly, or if things are too much involved in the informal economy, then you have no chance of getting your compensation, which is the plight of a lot of workers in Turkey, at least in many places, but this is my most recent example. And so I met some people in the last few days that have just been shuffled all over the country through one business after another that's connected to the first business, because they say, well, we can't afford to pay you, but we'll go here, we'll send you here. And then these people are not in a position to just totally walk away from the situation, because they have a couple of months' labor invested, so they get strung along. And then beyond that, a lot of times people, since there's no social system in place, two of the people I talked to were raised in orphanages, and the state was